Ever wondered what it's like to be part of the world's wealthiest families? Step into the realm of luxury, power, and intrigue as we embark on a journey to the lives of 8 of the richest dynasties on the planet. From the secretive dealings of the Rothschild to the opulent lifestyles of the Al-Sauds, each family has a story that's as captivating as it's enigmatic. What secrets lie behind their immense wealth? How do they wield their influence on a global scale? And what responsibilities come with such unimaginable riches? Join us as we unravel the tales of these ultra-wealthy families and discover the answers to these questions and more. The Koch family. The Koch family is very rich and worth more than $68 billion. They own a big company called Koch Industries that do many things like making energy, manufacturing stuff and chemicals. They're known for giving lots of money, over $1.5 billion, to help Republican politicians and causes, especially the ones against rules about climate change. They use their money to support ideas for less government and more free markets. The Kochs also love fancy things like art. They have paintings by famous artists and spend lots of money on art and historical stuff. They own many expensive houses all around the world. Besides spending on luxury, they also give money to help schools, research, and other good things. They believe in freedom and free markets, so they support causes that line up with those beliefs. The story is about being super successful in business, having a big say in politics, and enjoying fancy things like art. The Ambani family. The Ambani family stands as India's wealthiest, led by Mukesh Ambani, who heads Reliance Industries, a big company involved in many different businesses. Their home, Antilia, is a famous skyscraper in Mumbai, worth billions of dollars. Inside, they live in luxury with things like a private movie theater, a fancy gym, and even a room where you can play in the snow. But it's not just about luxury for them. The Ambanis are also known for being really generous. Despite having lots of money, they give a lot to people who need it. This makes them respected not just for their wealth, but for their kindness and desire to make the world better. The story is a mix of extreme wealth and a big heart. While they enjoy the finer things in life, they also believe in giving back to society. This commitment to helping others sets them apart and earns them admiration beyond just their financial success. In essence, the Ambani family's legacy is not only one of the immense riches, but also of using their wealth for good, leaving a positive impact on the world around them. The Walton family. The Walton family, who created Walton, are super rich, worth over $250 billion. They started Walmart in 1962, and now it's a huge retail company with more than 11,000 stores in 27 countries. Even though they have tons of money, the Waltons live pretty simply, but they still enjoy nice things. For example, Alice Walton, one of the family members, loves art. She has collected a lot of it and even made a museum called Crystal Bridges Museum of the American Art in Arkansas. But what's really cool about the Waltons is that they are big on giving back. They use a bunch of their money to help out with stuff like education, healthcare, and protecting the environment. Through something called the Walton Family Foundation, they've given away billions of dollars to support these causes. So, while they have a lot of money, the Waltons believe in being humble and helping others. They have made a big impact, not just in business, but also making the world a better place. The Bettencourt family. The Bettencourt family got really rich because of their famous makeup company, L'Oreal. It's led by women like Lillian Bettencourt, who was the world's richest woman until she passed away in 2017. Her daughter, Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers, is now carrying on her legacy. Françoise is super rich, worth about $92.7 billion, making her the richest woman in the world. Even though they have a ton of money, the Bettencourts like to keep things quiet. They don't show off their wealth and prefer to live a simple life. But that doesn't mean they are not busy. They're still involved in running their business, L'Oreal, which keeps growing and making lots of money. They also believe in giving back. Through things like the Bettencourt-Schuler Foundation, they give a lot of money to help with things like education, healthcare, and preserving culture. So, even though they are really wealthy, the Bettencourt family stays humble and uses their money to make the world a better place. The Wertheimer family. The Wertheimer family got really rich because they teamed up with Coco Chanel, the famous fashion designer back in 1920. Pierre Wertheimer, who was really smart about business, made sure the family became super important in the fashion world. Now, they are worth a whopping $92.7 billion. Today, Pierre's grandsons, Alain and Gerard, run the family business. They don't just do fashion. They also own fancy vineyards and places where they breed top-notch horses. Even though they are super rich and influential, the Wertheimer family likes to keep things simple. They don't just show off their wealth and prefer to live quietly. But don't let their low-key lifestyle fool you. Behind the scenes, they are a big deal in the luxury world, setting trends and making big moves. Their story teaches us about the power of smart business decisions and sticking to what you believe in, even if you are not flashy about it. The Windsor family, the British royal family called the Windsors, are really important and have a lot of money. They're worth about $25 trillion, mainly because they own a ton of land and have collected valuable art for a long time. Even the young royals like Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are already billionaires because they have inherited so much money. But their wealth isn't just about what they have inherited. It's also about the rich history of their family and all the valuable things they own. The Windsors don't just matter in the UK. They also have a big influence in countries that used to be part of the British Empire called the Commonwealth. Their decisions affect lots of people in countries around the world. And they're not just a big deal in the present. They're also important historically. For example, on a small island called Tanna in the South Pacific, people even see Prince Philip as a godlike figure. This shows how far-reaching their influence is, reaching even the most remote places. Overall, the British royal family's story is about being super rich, super influential, and having a big impact on the world, both now and in the past. The Rothschild family is super rich, worth about $400 billion. Because of their huge wealth and power, people often talk about them in conspiracy theories. They started their banking business a long time ago in the late 18th century with Meyer Amschel Rothschild. Nowadays, the family likes to stay out of the spotlight. They invest money quietly and owns lots of valuable art and property. Even though they don't show off, their money still has a big influence on things like finance and business around the world. Their story is all about being really rich and powerful, but also keeping things quiet. Despite staying low-key, they've had a big impact on history and continue to shape the world today. The Al-Sauds family. The Al-Sauds family, who ruled Saudi Arabia, live in extreme luxury. They're incredibly wealthy, with about $1.4 trillion, mostly coming from the oil industry. This wealth gives them a lot of power, both in their country and worldwide, thanks to their control over Aramco, the biggest oil company in the world. One person who shows off their luxurious lifestyle is Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He owns fancy properties all over the world, like a super expensive $300 million chateau and a massive $3.5 billion hotel in Makkah. These places are symbols of the family's huge wealth and influence. But their spending doesn't stop there. The Al-Saud family loves to splurge on extravagant things like fleets of golden cars and massive projects like the $1.1 trillion Neom City, which they dream of turning into a high-tech wonderland. Despite criticism for their extravagant lifestyle, the Al-Saud family continues to live large, showing off their wealth and power. But this also raises questions about the fairness and responsibility, especially in a country where many people struggle with poverty and inequality. As we wrap up our exploration of these ultra-wealthy families, it's clear that they are more than just rich. They're powerful, influential, deeply entrenched in the fabric of our world. From the Kochs' political sway to the Ambanis' technological prowess, each family has left an indelible mark on their respective industries and societies as a whole. But their stories go beyond just money. They're about legacy, about the lasting impact they've made on the world and the generations that will follow. These families have shaped industries, influenced policies, left a legacy that will endure for years to come. As we delve into the lives of these families, we see a mix of luxury, power, and an unwavering determination to maintain their status quo. But it also begs the question, what responsibilities come with such immense wealth and influence? And how can these families use their power for the greater good rather than just personal gain? If you enjoyed learning about these rich families, make sure to subscribe for more stories like these. And if you like what you heard, don't forget to hit the like button.